going to start in the top left-hand corner and go round clockwise. I am narcissistic, so I am in the middle. Fun fact. So I am trying to build a mathematical model of flow and blood pressure in the coronary arteries that supply the heart with blood. And I get asked two questions about this: why and how. The why is because we can do things with mathematical models that you can't do with real actual people. For example, yesterday I gave a mathematical model a heart attack. You're not allowed to do that to people. Death is bad, is essentially the reason why I am doing a PhD. The other question is, how do you do that with maths? You can imagine me, for example, as a red blood cell. And there's a set of equations, Navier-Stokes equations, middle column, top thing. Those are 4 equations that describe how a red blood cell, me, moves in 3D space. But if I'm confined within a tube, I don't particularly care if I'm upside down, and because there's sufficient flow, I can't move left or right. So we can use a series of rational approximations, i.e. I ignore things until it's convenient to me, to get down to a very simple system of equations. These 2 in the middle column, or middle row even. But the astute ones of you will have noticed that I have 3 unknowns but 2 equations, and we can't solve those systems. They're underdetermined and we don't like them. So I went to the literature and found a relationship for how the cross-sectional area of a tube changes as you force fluid down it. And it's my 3rd equation that I did not realize was hanging off the edge of my slide. So I now have 3 equations and 3 unknowns, all well and good. We can have a pulse of fluid that deforms an artery or a vein, and we can say things about it. So one of the important things about the coronary system is that most of the blood vessels that supply the heart with blood they're buried within the heart wall, so every time it beats, they're subject to some external pressure. And we want to include this external pressure, as you'd imagine that periodically squishing something would affect how it behaves, right? So this is what I'm doing. It's the big thing that I'm bringing to fluid dynamic modeling of the coronary system. So we have this first graph in the middle that we squish our heart with, and then we can see changes in blood flow and blood pressure throughout the coronary system because we squished it.